would you do if you had 24 hours on the Oregon coast? Welcome back to another day in the life of RV travel. If you're new here, my name is Trey, and my fiance Jessica and I travel around the states in our 36-foot Jayco. And recently, we got to spend a day exploring the Oregon coast, which I want to share all about it with you. The Oregon coast is known for its beautiful haystack rocks and its beaches that seem to run on forever. And when we visited last week, we got to stay at the Pacific City Thousand Trails location, which was one of the better Thousand Trails locations that I've personally been to. And both towns have their attractions, whether it's a long walk on the beach or the famous coffee scenery, or if it's the lighthouses that you're after. And if you're coming up to the area soon with your RV, keep watching as I want to help you plan your day when coming to this amazing coastal town as we walk you through our 24-hour visit. First things first, we're gonna kick off the day with some local coffee. Listen, when you're in one of the most caffeinated spots of the US, it's just what you do. You just go try out some local coffee. And our spot of choice for today is a place called Cold Water Brewing, which we got to try out their mocha and their chai latte, along with their cinnamon bun pull-apart thingies and a nice jalapeno sausage biscuit. And so how you like cold water coffee?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Solid. Next, we travel down the road 20 miles to Tillamook, which is known for its cheese and its cow pasture aroma. No, seriously, roll up your windows. Our first stop is the Air Museum, which used to be a blimp hangar for World War II blimps, and it's actually the world's largest blimp hangar. In my opinion, this is worth the $13 per person admission, as you can easily spend a couple of hours here reading and seeing firsthand the history of aviation and how it impacted both of the world wars. My favorite part of this was getting to see the cockpits and most of the larger aircraft up close and the massive dioramas on display, giving us a glimpse of what it would have been like back then. Personally, I think we got up too easy nowadays, but that's just me. And once we finished up from the Air Museum, we take a short drive over to the none other than the Tillamook Creamery, which honestly did live up to its hype as some of the best ice cream I've personally ever had. What kind of ice cream are you gonna get?
I don't know. I gotta see what they got.
Just gonna get vanilla. That's it. Small. They had a rocky road and something else that we got to try. Both were excellent. I mean, you could taste the rich, like creamy texture. And as you're eating the ice cream, you can burn off a few calories by taking a tour through some of the kind of the behind the scenes about what's going on and how they essentially make their cheese from start to finish. This place, along with the Air Museum, was probably the two biggest recommendations from people who've gone before us. However, the Blue Heron does make the honorable mentions list here. All right, so now you've had your ice cream, you've had your fill. It's time to go walk some beaches and nearby Oceanside. And if there was one place you do get to visit or wanted to visit that's probably within a 20-minute drive from Tillamook, it would be Oceanside, and we're gonna go check out the famous Tunnel Beach. This place is just a simple drive up, park your car, walk on the beach about a half a mile, and then you're at the famous Tunnels Beach, and it's about 100 or 100 foot so tunnel that you walk through, and you get to go on the other side, and you get this haystack filled area that you can just go view, take some photos, go hang out on the beach. Though I don't recommend you can probably lay out too much because it is a bit rocky. Do note that this place is very touristy. It does get packed up pretty quickly. I think it was fun. How about you?
It was okay. I'd say if you're in the area and you have nothing else to do, sure, check it out.
By the way, that tunnel right there could totally serve as a haunted house. Like, somebody could easily have just jumped out and scared the living crap out of me. And so depending on the person, it's probably not going to take you terribly long to go visit the Tunnels Beach. We probably stayed there 45 minutes or so and then just went back and we head up to our next spot, which is the famous Mears Lighthouse. It was a beautiful drive up because you got to see some of the coastal highway on the way up there, which happened to be one of the last outdoor visits on our trip. However, the short-statured lighthouse does have some of the most beautiful scenery, in my opinion. It's surrounded by dramatic rocky cliffs and native birds flying all around it. It seems like something out of Animal Planet show. And we showed up right on time because we got there right before sunset and got to watch the sunset over the Pacific Ocean, and it was chef's kiss, honestly. So I believe Jess was expecting a more
Tall lighthouse?
Yes, a more solid, prominent structure, something a little bit more.
It's cute.
And by now the sun is set, the day is almost over, and we're fairly hungry. The ice cream is wore off, so we're gonna go head for dinner. And instead of making the 2-hour drive up to Cannon Beach, which we had initially scheduled into today, we didn't have time for it, we go all the way back down to Pacific City on a little restaurant we had our eyes on from the beginning. And we got to have us some fish and chips with an oceanside view. Though we did feel it was a little bit overpriced for what we paid, at least compared to a competitor down the road, which was the Sportsman's Pub and Grub, and we ended up paying like $100, and that was for 2 plates of fish and chips, an appetizer, and a dessert. I believe most of the price was in the beach view. And from there, we went back to our home on wheels and crashed for the night at the Thousand Trails Pacific City location. And for RV travel, this is a nice location as it's right by the beach and it even has its own private beach access gate to McPhillips Beach. However, note that this place is not a full hookup site. But other than that, nothing to really complain about. The sites themselves were nice and spacious, and if we didn't have to rely on Starlink for work, we would love to stay up near the front where the forested area is when you first drive in, because that was just a beautiful like little scenic spot. But just know that there are a ton of other campground options to park your RV when you stay. Our 24 hours looked like coffee, museums, beaches, and lighthouses, which is a typical summer day on the coast if I do say so myself. But if there was one more thing we would have added in the morning, it would have probably been the Cape Lookout hike, but I think it was closed at the time we were coming through. I think there was some debris down or whatever. We were trying to get up and go for it, but it was closed down at the present time. And secondly, probably getting up to Cannon Beach. So we'll be back next year for sure to see Cannon Beach. And my favorite 2 things of the day was getting to go see the museum, which is ironic because I'm not really a big museum type person, and getting to go see the Cape Mears Lighthouse. Just to go see the sunset and seeing all the wildlife going around, it was just a treat to end the day. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give a thumbs up and give a subscribe to the channel if you're into the RV living or if you're a road warrior yourself. And I hope you get to go enjoy the Oregon coast, and maybe just take a few notes from this video and add it to your list so you can check it off yourself. And we will see you guys in our next adventure in Washington State, which is actually where I'm recording from now. So peace, much love, and we'll see you in the next one.